Okay, let's talk about something we all kind of put off, estate planning. It's one of those things that just feels complicated, maybe expensive, and honestly, a little bit grim. But here's the thing. Ignoring it can create a way bigger headache for the people we care about most. So, what if there was a simpler way? Let's get into it.
So here's a big question for you. If you haven't laid out a plan for your assets, for your kids, for your legacy, who has? I mean, who gets to make those incredibly important decisions if you don't?
Believe it or not, the government does. Yeah, if you don't have your own plan, the state has a default one just waiting for you. And for the majority of people, this is exactly what happens. They end up with a generic plan that, let's be honest, they probably wouldn't have chosen for themselves.
All right, so what does this government plan even look like? Well, you can think of it as a one-size-fits-all t-shirt, which, never actually fits anyone right. And it comes with some pretty serious drawbacks. Yeah, there are three huge problems with the government's way of doing things. First, it is so incredibly slow. We're talking your assets tied up in court for months, maybe even years, while your family is just stuck waiting. Second, it's expensive. Court fees, legal fees, they can take a huge bite out of the inheritance you wanted to leave behind. And here's the kicker, something most people have no idea about. It's completely public. All of your private family matters become a public record for anyone to see. And this happens right when your loved ones are at their most vulnerable. It's just not great.
But look, it's not all doom and gloom. That's not the only option. Thanks to technology, there's a new path forward, a totally modern way to take back control. Let's see what that looks like.
Think about it like this. For years, millions of us have been preparing and filing our own taxes online, right? Something that seems super complex. Well, now you can do the exact same thing with your estate plan. It's the same idea, really, using technology to break down those old walls of cost, time, and just sheer confusion.
So you might be thinking, okay, but is this just for super rich people? Absolutely not. Not even close. This quote from the Wall Street Journal nails it. If you have minor children, naming a guardian for them is one of the most important things you could ever do. And even if your assets are just a car and some nice furniture, a plan makes sure your wishes are what happens, not someone else's.
And you can see how this feels for real people. This customer, A. Clark, said the goal isn't a generic template, but a customized solution for your specific situation. It's about getting clarity and feeling empowered, not just, checking boxes on a form. Okay, so I know what you're probably wondering. This sounds great, but is it going to be a huge headache? Nope. The whole process is actually designed to be incredibly straightforward. It's really just 3 easy steps. Here's how it breaks down. First, you just answer some simple questions. And I mean simple. We're talking plain English, no confusing legal jargon. Then, the technology does the heavy lifting. It takes all your answers and builds your custom legal plan. And finally, you print your completed documents. That's it. Instantly. No waiting around for weeks, no endless back and forth.
Look, this whole approach is designed to knock down all the old barriers. It's easy because there's no legalese. It's fast. You can seriously get this done in about an hour. It becomes affordable because technology makes expert-designed documents accessible. And most importantly, it's flexible. It can handle all kinds of different family situations because, everyone's life is different.
So what do you actually get at the end of all this? It's not just one piece of paper. It's a whole portfolio, a complete set of legal tools designed to protect you and your family no matter what.
Let's take a quick look at what's in the box, so to speak. You've got the revocable living trust. That's the big one for keeping things private and out of court. The last will and testament, which is absolutely critical if you have kids, because that's where you name their guardians. And here's something really important. You also get powers of attorney for your finances and your health care. These documents protect you while you're still alive if you can't make decisions for yourself. That's a huge piece of this.
Let's zoom in on that revocable living trust for a second, because this is really the heart of a modern estate plan. Here's how it works. A trust lets you keep total control of your stuff while you're alive, just like you do now. But then, when you pass away, it allows for a totally smooth, private transfer to the people you've chosen. This is the secret sauce. This is what lets you bypass that slow, public, and super expensive court process we call probate.
When you put it side by side, the difference is just night and day. On one side, you've got the old way. Inconvenient appointments, giant legal bills, and it all ends up in a public court proceeding. But on the other side, the new way, you do it from your own home, on your own time, for a fraction of the cost. And you keep your family's business private. The choice seems pretty clear, right?
Okay, so when you strip away all the legal documents and the technology, what are you really getting? What's the ultimate benefit here? Well, it all boils down to one thing, really: peace of mind.
And this quote, this one really gets to the core of why this is so important. Tiffany from Arizona says, "I am a single mom that worried my kids would be sent to foster homes if something happened. Thank you for making this so affordable. Now I know my children will always be in a good home." I mean, wow. For her, it wasn't about the money. It was about her kids. And now she has the certainty that they'll be taken care of by people she trusts. You just can't put a price on that.
And here's the story from the other side of things. This is from Steve, a son whose dad planned ahead. He says that because his dad planned, it made the family's journey with Alzheimer's so much easier. When he finally passed, they knew they were honoring his wishes. Think about that for a second. That is a final, beautiful, profound gift you can give to the people you love most.
You see, at the end of the day, estate planning isn't really about money or property. It's about protecting the people you love. It's about keeping your family's dignity and privacy intact. It's about making sure your life story is told the way you want it to be told. It's your legacy. So the only question left is, how will your story be told?